Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning at Mystic Fitness. My name is Erin, and we're here on Victory Fields for an outdoor yoga flow class this morning. A couple of studio announcements. So we are here on the field Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and we'd love to have you join us live if you can. On the weekends, we're here at 9 o'clock, both Saturday and Sunday. We have a few other classes as well. We have our indoor Bikram classes on Tuesday and Thursday at 4.
And Sunday.
And Sunday as well at 4. And then in addition to that, we have a Wednesday 6 p.m. outdoor flow here on the field as well. And on Saturdays at 4, we are out here as well. And this Saturday at 4, we have Michelle Bullock coming back to guide us through an amazing flow in this gorgeous space. So I hope that you will be able to come on out and join us at one of those classes sometime real soon. So let's get ready to begin. If you're at home, you might find having a block would suit you better for today's practice. So maybe you grab a block or a small pillow or something like that. And then as you're ready, you'll make your way into your space, finding a comfortable seated position. You might sit back on the heels or maybe with your legs crossed in front. And just allow your eyes to float closed here. You start to take some breaths in and out through your nose. Relaxing your belly, trying to relax the hips down into the earth. Just giving yourself a few moments to begin to settle in. Forgetting about what it took to get you to the mat this morning. And not worrying about the day ahead, but really finding yourself grounded in this present moment. Inhale, fill the belly out. And then press the air gently out. Inhaling, filling the belly, moving on up through the ribs. Exhaling it all the way out. Continue moving with this 2-part breath, inhaling belly on up through the ribs, and then ever so slowly releasing every last drop. We'll get a few more here on your own. Noticing what you notice. Just letting yourself be open to what comes. Last 2 breaths here. And one final breath. Good. Now keeping your eyes closed, inhale and sweep your arms all the way up overhead. And you might tilt your nose upwards as well. As you exhale, draw hands down to heart center. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Just starting to open up the ribs even more. And exhale, hands down to heart. Last time, circling the arms. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, draw hands down to heart center. Sitting up your very tallest, lightly engaging lower belly into the spine to help support you in this pose. And we'll open up our class with the sound of Om and prepare for it with one cleansing breath. Let's inhale together through the nose and sigh it away. And inhale for Om. Have a great practice, everybody. Let's open our eyes and we'll begin our warm-up in a tabletop position, bringing the hands under the shoulders or even slightly more forward if you don't have very bendy wrists, and knees will come under the hips. We'll just begin to wag the tail to begin. So we'll take the right shoulder towards the right hip, maybe even press the hips back, look over the shoulder. And then as you're ready, you'll slowly wag through center and go over to the left. Just taking your time, moving side to side, Looking over the shoulder as you start to really get into the bend in the side waist. And we'll just get one more round side to side. Even here, activating into fingertips to protect your wrists. Great. Let's come back to the middle and get some cat and cows here. Inhale, lower the belly, look on up. Exhale, curl and round, chin to chest. Couple more times. I like to bend my elbows as I move through these. Finding a little bit more lift and a little more energy through the body. Getting just a few more. Big curl. And last one here. And curl. Gently warming a twisting motion through the spine, starting at neutral. Inhale, we'll sweep the right arm up, really stretch it up for a moment, maybe even rotate the wrist. And then when you're ready on an exhale, you'll thread your way through. We'll peel open again. Maybe you stretch even taller. And exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, stretch it all the way up. Exhale, thread it through, land. We'll take 2 breaths here, long and slow. Left hand stays where it is, or sometimes I like to reach it towards the front of the mat, just getting deeper into the ribs. We'll make our way back to tabletop, taking the left hand back under the shoulder. Inhale, maybe sweeping the right arm up to the sky again before it circles down to the earth. Other side now. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Maybe you take a moment to really reach, rotate at the wrist, and then when you're ready, exhale, take it through. Couple more. Inhale, lift on up, and exhale, reach. Just taking it nice and easy to begin with. One more. And we will land. Enjoy either staying as you landed or exploring some movement in the right hand, maybe reaching it forward. One more breath. Bringing your hand back where it started from, right hand. Let's inhale, left arm up to the sky. Circle it back down to tabletop. Starting to just hinge forward and back just a little bit here. And we'll make our way gently into child's pose after as many of these as you would like to do. Again, finding just a moment to settle in, spreading the knees wide, maybe taking the hands forward. If knees wide is too intense for you this early on in practice, knees can always come together, and maybe you reach back for your feet. Just again, thanking the ground for being there to support you when it's needed. And anytime during your practice, you can come back to child's pose or any other restful place. We'll take one more breath. All right, let's come back up onto the hands and the knees. Spread fingers wide. We're going to curl the toes under this time. Before we lift up to down dog, let's find a tabletop hover. So just lift the knees a few inches off the ground. You can even see what it's like to gently press back a little bit here, so you're backing off the wrists a little bit. So just finding kind of that hover point that feels good in your body. This should really fire up your core here. One more breath. Good. All right, let's take the hips up and back, downward facing dog, and maybe you start to pedal your feet out a little bit. One heel drops down as the opposite knee bends, and then we can do the other side. Continue pedaling out your feet here in your downward facing dog. Or if it suits you best to find some stillness, we can find some stillness. Head is very heavy, spread fingers nice and wide. We'll take one more breath. Final breath in down dog for now. We're going to try that tabletop hover here. As we inhale, look forward, drop the knees. Maybe you press back so you're kind of more in a little crouch. And you can even kind of play around with it so you feel springy. And then we'll exhale our way back to down dog. We'll just try that 2 more times. Inhale, bend the knees to hover table, pressing the hips back. And exhale back to down dog. Here's our last one. Bend the knees, they hover, you press back. And then down dog is there for us. Making our way to the top of the mat, let's bend the knees, look forward, it's kind of an in-between hover down dog here, the hips a little higher. And then walk or lightly hop your feet up to meet your hands. We'll inhale for our half lift, engaging the belly. Pause here, hands on the shins. Notice your strength and soften the knees. One more breath in. And then exhale, fold down. Let your knees be soft and your head heavy. You can shake it side to side. You can always walk your hands to one side and then the other. Finding some gentle, subtle movement here that feels right for you. We'll get another 2 breaths here and fold. And one more. All right, let's rise. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Stretch up, reach up to the sky, shoulders draw down, and then as you exhale, we'll take hands to heart, center, and pause. Big breath in. And out. It's already feeling beautiful out here. Time for get rid of the sweater for me. All right, let's find our vinyasa flow. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge the knees and fold your way down. Let's inhale to half lift, and as you exhale, we'll step back into plank. Hold your plank for an in-breath and an out-breath. 2 more breaths to hold plank. Squeeze your glutes, press the heels back. Last inhale here. As you exhale, maybe dropping the knees, we will lower to the floor or that hovered chaturanga, engaging the belly. As you inhale, slide through the arms. We've got an up dog or a cobra there. And then as you exhale, press your way back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Getting into your body, adjusting hands and feet to a place that feels right for you. We have 1 more breath in dog. Coming back to hovered table, inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Drop them about an inch, and then exhale back to down dog 1 more time. Hovered table, look forward, bend the knees. And exhale, downward facing dog. Coming back to the front, let's inhale, look forward, knees bend. Exhale, walk or a little hop towards the top of the mat there. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold it on down. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And as we exhale, we come right into chair. So I'm going to bring the arms forward as I sit the hips back. Feet should be about hips width apart. Trying not to stick your booty out too much there or over tuck, so there's that natural extension of the spine. We'll take 3 breaths, maybe some cactus arms that makes me feel a little more comfortable. My arms are basically at the same angle as my body, but I'm opening up the chest, wide fingers, a breath in and a breath out. Sliding hips back maybe a little more, last breath. Let's release. Inhale, sweep all the way. And exhale, fold. Let's flow through vinyasa here. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step your way back to plank. Maybe use the foot that doesn't feel normal to you. So you're doing the opposite leg back this time. 1 breath in here. As you exhale, we'll drop the knees, chaturanga, or to the mat. Inhale, up dog, or maybe cobra. And exhale, back downward facing dog. Nice job. Let's breathe. 3-leg dog on the right. Let's inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee. Open up the hip here. Taking long, slow breaths. Head is very heavy. Getting ready for our tiger curls. We'll inhale back to 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee into the chest, curl. Try it again. Inhale, sweep up and back. Exhale as knee comes in, maybe using a little buoyancy in the elbows. Last one. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, curl it forward. Pause there and then step to the right hand. Take your way into a runner's lunge position. And we'll just, for a moment, kind of come in and out of the front leg, bending and extending. Blocks bring the floor up a little closer to you, so you could always use blocks here. And we'll make our way back into lunge and get ready to lift up. High crescent lunge. Drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears, firing up the fingers. Energy rises all the way up through your fingertips, through the crown of the head. We'll find some bows here. Take a big breath in and get big, big, big. And as you exhale, bow forward, hover, engage belly like an airplane lunge there. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, bow. So front knee staying bent, but the back knee might dip as you lift up, and exhale, bow down. Last one, lift up to crescent. Exhale, bow down, hold the hover, really fire and energize through the head, through the back, heel the fingers. One more breath here. All right, inhale. Make your way back to your crescent and pause. We're finding our eagle arms. So we will take the left arm under the right. If you can wrap them all the way around, wrap them all the way around, or maybe backs of the arms touch. Another nice option is to grab shoulders if that's not comfortable. Your next in-breath might lift your arms up a little higher, throwing off your balance, adding a little bit of a bend there into the back. And then back off that, straighten up. Let's see if we can step to a full eagle from here. So bringing more energy into the front foot. Start to take the back foot forward, up, and crossing and sitting. So that was a tricky way to get to eagle. So if your toe wants to come onto the floor for a little kickstand, you don't worry about that. It's all good. Stay in your eagle for another breath or two. Maybe even sinking a little lower. Final breath here. Birds serenading us. I love it. Let's release, unravel everything. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows. Releasing the neck. If you want to sway, you can sway. If this is too intense for your body, feel free to forget about holding onto the elbows and find a more comfortable variation for you. That could look like taking your elbows onto the legs, just like so, and relaxing here. Last breath in and out. Release your grip of elbows and we'll inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and we'll try all of that on the other side. We inhale, arms all the way up and stretch. Exhale, hinge, and bow all the way down. Inhale halfway, and as we exhale, we step back to plank. We pause and hold it for a breath in. And out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Looks good, guys. Last in breath. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga or the ground. Inhale, cobra, high, low, or up dog. Exhale, press your way up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps to the sky, big breath in. We'll open the hip there by stacking the knees on top of each other, bending the knee. One more big breath. Getting ready for some core work. Inhale, sweep your leg back, three-leg dog. Exhale, tiger curl, knee comes forward. Pick the hips up there. Inhale, sweep it nice and long, and exhale, draw knee forward. Last time, inhale, sweep. Exhale, curl, pause, and step towards left hand. Here we can come in and out of the front leg a few times just to kind of warm up the hamstring and the hip flexors here. A few times. Curling the chin in as you straighten the leg. And then as you are ready, we come back to a strong runner's lunge and lift up into high crescent lunge. Really draw the energy through the earth, through the feet. Your whole body is a conduit here. Getting ready for our bows. We take a breath in. As you exhale, bow forward, hover, engage the abs, nice and strong. Inhale, come back up. Back knee can dip a little to help you. Exhale, fold forward. 2 more. Front knee staying bent. Back knee is moving a bit, just naturally. Last time. Now we'll hold our hover, really energize. See if you can activate more into the feet, more through the hands maybe. Somewhere for you. Last breath here. Good. Let's come back to crescent and draw shoulders down. So this time we are taking the opposite hand underneath. So that is right arm under, left arm on top. Play around with your arms. The more you press them into each other, the more you'll feel the back start to open up. We know where we're going here. Let's see if we can find a little bit of a lift, a tiny back bend maybe. Throwing the balance off just a bit here. And then come back to a neutral spine to get ready for full eagle. Let's begin to take the back foot forward, lift it. It might take a few steps. Bend into the standing leg and find your wrap and sit. Ooh. Find something to lightly focus on here. Hips sit as low as they can, natural extension of spine. One more breath in. And out. Final breath in eagle here. Great. Let's unwrap everything. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, forward fold again. Nice and soft, knees bend. You can come to the same fold you did before. Maybe this time you sneak your hands underneath your feet for your gorilla pose. You can massage out the palms a bit with your toes. Maybe you're starting to pull just enough with your hands so you're finding a deeper opening up and through the back. Head feels really nice. Let it be loose. Shake out any last doubt you have. Breathe. On your next breath here, we will slide the hands out from under the feet. Inhale halfway and engage the belly. Exhale, fold your way down. Inhale, rise all the way. And exhale, hands come to heart center. So we're going to come into our second set of eagle. I'm going to try coming off of my blanket here to see if that helps me balance a little bit better. We're going to start balancing onto the right leg first. So let's sweep the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, we are taking the left arm under the right. And as you're ready, lifting the left leg up and wrapping it around. Breathe in eagle. One more breath in eagle here. Transitioning to airplane, we will start to unravel the leg and then the arms. Shoot your leg back. Open up the heart. Try to dial the back toes down towards the earth as you extend through the fingers and the crown of your head. Last breath. We'll land our foot to the back of the mat in Warrior Two, but then right away transitioning into Goddess by pointing your toes out to the sides here and sitting on down. So you want your knees and your toes pointing in the same direction. We're going to inhale and stretch tall. As you exhale, fists of fire to the hips. One. A few more. Inhale. Exhale down. On those exhales, a fierce exhale lifts pelvic floor and low belly to spine, warming and toning those deepest core muscles there. 2 more. Take it down. And last one. Good. Let's inhale all the way back up and we'll make our way into a Warrior Two on the right side. Breathing in and breathing out. A few more breaths here. Last breath in Warrior Two. Let's reverse our warrior. Flip the right hand and inhale, sweep back. Stay here and draw the shoulder down. So we don't want to crunch our ear here. Feel a nice opening in both sides of the ribs. One more breath in. And as you exhale, we'll find extended side angle, drawing the forearm onto the front thigh and reaching your arm up to the sky. Sometimes for a little self-adjustment, I kind of take my forearm and draw it down the thigh, and it helps lengthen the thigh a little bit out of the hip more. And I get a deeper stretch there. We'll find another breath here together. Final one. Let's inhale our way all the way up and back, and exhale back to extended side angle for a moment, but then finding triangle. Straighten the leg. Take your hand down on to hold the shin, or maybe you bring it down towards the ground, fingertips towards the ground, or a block would work great here for you as well. We want to micro bend at least in the knees so that we're not hyperextending. You could always come a lot more out of it, something like this, if that's better for you here. Last breath. Let's come back to reverse the warrior. Bend your knee, inhale, sweep up and back, and exhaling, warrior two. Pick up your right toes, pivot on the heel, and we'll find a fold here. Big breath in to open up. Exhale, knees bend a bit, hinge forward, forward fold. Let your head be. You can hold the ankles. You could also bring your hands onto some blocks here if that feels better for you, still allowing your head to be heavy. If you start to feel really good and flexible here, you could try to walk your fingers underneath and trying to kind of pull yourself through the legs, still keeping a little softness in the knees there. So it's a very gentle pull. We never want to hurt ourselves by overdoing it. Last breath. Nice. So we'll bring our way back to our half lift kind of place. Take a breath in and hold the breath in. Long breath out. Press into both feet and rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands come to heart center. We'll make our way back into our warrior two on that side. Flip your palm, inhale, sweep back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to your foot and step your way back into plank and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees can drop if you like on your exhale, lower down to a hover or the ground. Inhale, pull your way to up dog or cobra, really savor it. Exhale your way up and back to downward facing dog. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale, look forward, knees bend to that half hover, half down dog with bent knees. Exhale, walk or a little hop towards the front of the mat. Got excited there. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise all the way. And exhale, hands meet at heart center. We're going to try that from the other side. So finding our way at the top of the mat and beginning with our eagle, grounding down into the left leg. Arms sweep up. As you exhale, we are taking the right arm underneath and sitting our way down. As you're ready, lifting the right leg up and over. And if you need to come back out to get into it, then that's what you do. Always little micro adjustments going on once you get there. You can hope to softly focus your gaze on something. I've got my eye on a beautiful little robin who's looking for some worms in this nice moist grass. Oh, there's 2 of them there. Breathe. Finding airplane, start to unravel eagle leg and eagle arms and begin to press your leg back now. Find that nice extension of Really straightening both legs at the same time. Get as long and as wide and as glorious as you can be. One more breath to hold it if you can, but we're going to warrior two. So if you need to land early, there's your landing spot. Alrighty, warrior two, drop the back foot, open it up. And then we'll come to goddess once again. So toes point out, sit on down. Fists of fire, goddess, to start to lift and engage those deep belly muscles. Inhale here, exhale, come down. Inhale, exhale, couple more. Inhale, exhale, last one. Good. Let's come all the way up and out, and then we find our warrior two on the left. Softening the shoulders, maybe gazing at the left thumb here. Few breaths. Micro adjustments happening. Back foot, really energize it down. Ball of the front toe. Reversing warrior, flip the left hand, inhale, sweep back. Making any adjustments you need to so you feel really good here. Maybe you're gazing for the sky, or maybe you need to look down from Mother Earth and look towards the back foot. We'll make our way to extended side angle, taking the forearm down onto the thigh now. Reaching right arm up to the sky. You can gaze for the hand, you can gaze for the ground. But a soft gaze will help you stay focused and centered. 2 breaths more. Last one. Reverse warrior, inhale, sweep up and back, front leg stays bent. Exhale, back to extended side angle briefly, but then we'll straighten the leg. Start to explore how straight that leg wants to be in triangle, using your block if appropriate for you. Finding an intentional gaze, a dristi. That's your focal point there. Last few here. One more. Let's inhale, bend the front knee, sweep up and back. Exhale, warrior two, coming to forward fold, pivot on the left heel, turn the left toes forward. Hands come to interlace behind you if it's comfortable. If you need to grab something to help make that connection, go ahead. Shoulders draw down, lift the chest as you breathe in, and as you exhale, we will hinge forward, softening at the knees. See if you can establish an evenness between the balls of the feet and the heels. You can even kind of bring more weight into the front of the feet for a moment, just to play around with the edge. And you can bring a little more into the heels and just kind of find that sweet spot for you. Actively reaching through the hands here if it feels okay for you, but if it doesn't, you're welcome to take your hands to a happier place. One more breath in and out. Hands stay interlaced if it suits you. Otherwise, take them to the hips. We will inhale, come all the way up and stand tall. Exhale, release your grip. Making our way back to warrior two on the left. Flip the left hand, inhale, sweep on back. Exhale, cartwheel your way down, step back to plank, and we will hold for our breaths. 2 more. One more. We're going to take our way back to down dog by just dipping the knees a bit to that hovered table. Take it to downward facing dog again. Hovered table, press into that crouch, hips back. Exhale, down dog. We have a couple more. Drop the knees, look forward to that backed off hover table. And down dog. Next time we drop the knees to the hover, it will help prepare for a flight or a walk forward. So as you are ready, walk or lightly Hop it forward. Inhale, find your half lift and extend. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up nice and tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. And take a moment just to breathe. You can always grab your coffee or your water or something along those lines. You can hear the water bottles popping. One more breath. We have one final balance pose here before we kind of bring things down towards the ground a little bit more. So again, I'm going to step off my mat to make it a little easier for me, off the blanket. So we're going to come into our figure 4 pose, standing on the right leg first. I always like to begin by inhaling the arms up overhead. This helps me grab all the energy of the earth. And then I'm going to exhale, take my hands to the heart to help bring it to my heart center. And we'll sit back and start to find that chair again. Then from here, we will take the left foot and see if we can cross it over the left leg. And now at this point, if you need your hands to kind of help you, either in a tightrope walker type way, or to help place the foot, you will allow that. You might crouch a little deeper. This might be a perfect place for you. Ooh. Sometimes I prefer to kind of bow forward, so I'll get nice and low at first and then gently drop the hands down, maybe even rearrange my foot a bit. Press my chest down onto the leg. This is a super deep opening for the hip, so this might be too much for you. You can just press no. Let's come on out as you're ready. Start to bend your knee a bit. Rise back up. Hold it here. And finally, we stand tall. Woo! Shake it off, everybody. Erase. Just let it all flow through. All right, we've got our other side to do, so we'll start to find our way back into a still place, but there's never a rush for that. You get there when you get there. Too much time rushing. You don't want to rush here. Let's again inhale, arm sweep. Take all of the energy from the earth. Take it to your heart. And as you're ready, you begin to sit the hips back. This time we're balancing on the left leg, so the right leg will begin to lift. I usually lift the heel first to very gently make that transition. Maybe using hands to rearrange where your leg landed. Hands come back to heart center, or if you need them to help you steady you, you do so. Focus on something very gently. I've got a little ant in my view. Ooh. If you'd like to try the fold, come a little deeper into the crouch so you can slowly bow and bring your hands down. All kinds of way to do a pigeon type pose. We've got a kind of folded up standing pigeon going on here. Let yourself just feel good. No worries, no cares. Then we'll start to come out very gently, so bending the standing leg again so you can kind of restabilize low belly. Hand come to heart. There we go. Slowly standing. Not so slowly for me, but I gave it my best shot. And then we'll shake it off. Good job, everybody. So we'll just shake for a moment. We are getting ready to come on down to the ground. So when your arms find their stillness, you will arrive in mountain pose, and just kind of stay here for a moment and notice how you're feeling now. I've got this delicious little buzz of energy rising through the body. Gentle breeze, like a perfect balance of fire inside and a little cooling air. And we'll make our way down towards the earth. Inhale the arms, come all the way. Exhale, hinge it all the way down. Inhale halfway, hands to the shins, and as we exhale, we'll step back to plank. This time we're going to find a side plank. Drop your heels to the left. I said we're coming down. I didn't say it was going to get easy already. Lift your hands all the way up. If it's better for you to take this on the forearm, do it. If it's better to drop the bottom knee down, you do it. Then we'll come back to center plank and then drop the heels to the other side. Peel open. I can see all my beautiful students now. You guys look amazing. Oh, you can always lift the top leg. I see a top leg lifter back there, a couple of them. One more breath. And make your way back to plank and then down dog. We're coming into a lunge on the right side. We'll inhale the right leg sky high. Exhale, knee into the chest, step forward. You can keep the back leg lifted, back knee lifted, or if you're feeling like you want to chillax a bit, you could always drop it down. We're going to take a twist. We'll take the right arm up. So you could either be here or here. Anywhere you want. Oh, beautiful little flock of birds above. I love practicing outside. Lots of little gorgeous surprises. I'm feeling a bit like Bob Ross right now. Take another long breath in and out. Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers, my two first spiritual teachers. Let's take our hand back down. Step to plank. And lower all the way down. Knees lower down. Lower it down. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Other legs turn. Let's inhale, left leg up. Exhale, draw it forward, place it down. Keeping your right hand on the ground here, we'll sweep the left arm up, runner's twist. Option, of course, again on the side to drop the back knee and top of the foot to the floor if you prefer it. Couple more here. Last beautiful breath. Let's circle that hand down, step back to plank. And we'll take it back, down dog. Now come into our lizard on the right. Inhale, right leg to the sky. As you exhale, we're now stepping outside the right hand towards the edge of the mat there. And you can drop the back knee. I generally dial my toes out a little bit. So maybe they're pointing towards like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Sometimes I come onto the edge of the foot. You can stay here, or if your hips are open and you need to come into a deeper version of lizard, you could come to your forearms. If you have blocks and you want an in-between version, you could take forearms onto the block here. Try to relax anything that's not needed to support you. Maybe it's your face that's holding tension or shoulders. But as we hold our positions, just doing some scans, just noticing, adjusting. One more breath here. If you are on your forearms, we come back onto the hands to lift ourselves up. Curl back toes, lift the knee. We'll take an in-breath and stretch the right leg all the way up. 3-leg dog. Exhale, bend knee, open the hip. Sometimes I like to give it a little shake there to get the blood back into it. And then we'll get it back down into down dog. And other side. Inhale, left leg up. You can open the hip if you want to begin with, but eventually we're stepping it forward to the outside of our hands and dropping the back knee as we explore where we want to be for our lizard pose. Dialing the toes out, maybe 10 or 11, maybe on the edge. And very slowly we'll make our way down if you've got further to go. And we let our bodies decide, our hearts decide, our gut. Following your intuition. You can hold in stillness, or if there's a very gentle swing movement or something along those lines that feels good. You never want to jar the muscles and joints, but you can gently kind of move and almost massage them out a bit. We'll hold for 2 more breaths here. And 1 more. All right. Hands come back to the floor to lift you if you were on the forearms. We curl the back toes, lift the knees. So right here, we're super strong. Then we sweep, not time for sleep yet. Left leg up and back, maybe shake it out in your 3-leg dog. And then finally, we let it come down to down dog. Making our way onto the belly as you're ready here. We'll inhale, look forward, bend the knees a bit. Exhale, make your way into plank. Sometimes I like to roll through those. Pause here, in breath. Exhale, lower the knees, and this time we will lower all the way down and enjoy a moment to rest. Let yourself look to the left or the right. One more breath here. Coming into our airplane version of locust to help strengthen the back chain of the body and stretch the front. Feet hips width apart or so. Take your arms back like airplane wings, palms face down. And as you breathe in, we'll lift the legs, the heart, the hands. Always energize through fingers and toes. Spread them wide apart. 3 breaths more here. 2 more. Last. Inhale, fly higher. Exhale, come down. Now we'll let the head face the opposite way. Take 1 breath. Let the breath leave, knowing there's another one coming right behind it, right? All right, our last pose here will be our skydiver. So take your face to face down. Bend your knees. And we're going to take our feet. You want to try to flex at the ankles. So tops of the feet face the sky. Cactus arms like we did in chair here. Come out to the side. And as you inhale here, now we're lifting the chest, the feet, and the thighs by trying to press the heels up. Very powerful pose. You've got 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale, sky high, a little higher, like the wind's really blowing you. And then exhale, let yourself come down. Make a pillow for your forehead with your arms. Bend your knees and flip-flop the feet side to side. We're coming over onto our backs now, so take your time to roll on over. And once you get there, let the knees come to the chest. Maybe find a gentle rock from one side to the other. And then our very last bit of work here before we just chillax. Hands come behind your head. Bend your knees and stack them right over the hips. And we're going to try to keep this right angle at the hips throughout. Take an in-breath and lift your shoulders. So these are some super slow yogi bicycles, okay? So we're bent knees. Everything's at 90 degrees, knees and hips. Breath in. As you exhale, you're going to straighten the left leg and take your left elbow over towards the right knee, but it did not move. Inhale back to the middle and exhale, switch. And it's hard going slow. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, switch. Trying to keep knee right over hip. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, switch. Really press through long leg. Couple more. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, twist it out. 1 more each way only. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, twist it out. You've got this. Inhale to the middle. Exhale, twist. Gorgeous. Inhale back to the middle, and then everything comes down to the ground. Let the weight of your knees just come down onto the legs. Grab a hold of the knees here, and we'll just kind of circle them out. So use your hands to help guide your knees around in one way. Now we'll let our knees find that same movement in the opposite direction. We'll find a lovely stretch for our abdominal muscles in our bridge pose. Take your feet down to the ground. Your heels are just underneath your ankles and hands alongside you on your mat. On an in-breath, you'll lift the hips and move gently on up through the spine. That's the mic there. Pressing evenly into your feet. Always making tiny little adjustments. Very rarely do we hit our sweet spot the first time. That's called beginner's luck, right? So every time we come to the mat, it's a new experience. We try again through the successes and the failures. We just take it all in. All of it is a time to learn, a time to explore. One more big breath here. Last inhale. And exhale very slowly. Lower it down. Take the feet together in your reclined bound angle. So soles of the feet touch, knees gently drop out. I usually add a little self-adjustment to this one by taking my hands to the tops of the thighs, heels of the hands towards hip creases, and then I just very gently press away. And that helps lengthen the vertebra in the lower back. And see if you can actually use the breath to open it even more. One more breath here. Now we come on to an inversion here, and if you do have a block, you will use it, or a pillow would work just as well. If you don't, you can just take the feet to the sky without it. But if you do have it, you'll slide it under the hips and lift your feet up to the sky, even finding a little movement in the ankles as you first get there. And then we'll just kind of allow. Blood starts to drain down from the feet. Heart's working a little less. Two more breaths here. One more. Good. Now, if you do have the block, you'll keep it there. In any case, you're going to bend your right knee into the chest wind removing pose and straighten the left leg out. So adding the block makes this a little bit more intense. So if you're out there and you're finding it's too much, you could always take the block out at this point. Really using your arms to draw the right knee up and actively pressing the left heel away to get a lot of space in between both legs. Another breath. Final breath. All right, we're going to switch our sides here. So we'll take the left knee in as we extend the right one. Really do it actively. Interlace fingers on the shin. Take the left knee in. Breathe. And enjoy your bliss. Even though we're approaching the end of practice, staying mindful and grounded and not worrying that the end is near, but enjoying the moment you're in. We'll now release the leg and stretch both legs long, and maybe the arms reach up and back for a big stretch, a little supported back bend here, nice and long. Just let yourself land, shoulders on the ground. And sometimes I stay this way for a long time at home. It feels really nice, particularly if you have any lower back stuff going on, or you want to kind of recurve the lower spine there in this position. And then we'll start to come out, so we'll bend the knees, plant the feet on the floor, slide the block out, arms come kind of out to the side, and just gently take the feet a little wider apart, just a bit, and then we'll wind chill the knees side to side. Just to find a gentle twisting motion to end practice. And if you wanted to kind of land to the right for a moment and just be, you're welcome to. And if you did it on the right side, you'll land it to the left side. And here's your final breath here. Knees come back up towards the sky. And we'll make our way into Shavasana. If it feels good to take the knees in at first, you'll take them in. I always enjoy taking the knees onto my chest before I find Shavasana, because the weight of my legs helps my back start to melt into the earth more. And I find a lot of softness there. Then when I'm feeling good and juicy in my back muscles, very soft, I'll start to extend the legs out. And at this point, you could always take the soles of the feet back to the ground with knees bent and kind of knocked in towards each other if the extended legs bothers your back. So this is what it's all about. Getting to this point of complete rest. Taking in all the benefits of your practice. Noticing any sounds around you. Letting yourself become a part of it all. Staying here, enjoying, being. There's no longer any need to control your breath. Just let the breath come as it does. Noticing the thoughts that flow by with kind of a passive interest. Making space for the next thought to float by, for the next emotion to enter your heart. Creating the time and the space for yourself to feel what you need to feel without judgment of any kind. We'll very slowly begin to reawaken from our yogi slumber here, bringing any gentle movements to fingers or toes, maybe wiggling them a bit. Your head might rock a little side to side on your mat. Maybe coming into that big first morning stretch, stretching the arms back, really reach. Knees will come back into the chest as you give yourself a final hug. And then you'll either roll off to one side or you can rock forward and back if it suits you better to once again land in our seat where we will close the practice together. As you arrive, we'll take our hands to prayer at the heart, tucking the chin, finding the ground, finding your center and your peace. Uniting our voices, energies, and souls in the sound of Om, we'll prepare with a cleansing breath. Big inhale. And sigh it out. And inhale for Om. Let's raise our prayer hands to our third eye center, pressing the thumb knuckles up against the center of the forehead. And closing with the word that celebrates the union that we all share. That word is namaste. On the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. Namaste. thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. It has been my absolute pleasure to be here. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I hope to see you all again real soon. Thank you.